Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back to online lecture number one. So, students, we are going to continue from where we left in the previous part of lecture one. So, we discussed layouts and the linear layouts, and then what are parent layouts, child views, nesting views, emulator, Android SDK, Gradle, what is Gradle file encoding. So today we are going to further work on the coffee ordering app and see how these different elements work together. So with that, let me open my Android Studio program. So you can see that our new app has been created. There were some missing Gradle files and libraries which were taking too much time. So that is why we we were uh, we were waiting for the Android project to build. So now it has completely we have completely built it, and we are going to further work on our project. So let me maximize this project, and first let us go to the resource file, the layout file, and then activity main file. And here we can see that the initial design of our app. Initially you can see that there are two views. One is the normal view, whereas the other one is the blueprint of our project. I'm going to stick to only the design part, and let us go to the code part. And there you can see this is the default XML code. We have already worked on coffee ordering app, so I'm going to paste those files that we already created. So first of all, I'm going to create the layout file. I'm going to copy it, and we already have discussed these layouts. We discussed that the reason we are using the scroll view is that uh, this app will be scrollable. So I can remove this default code and paste my own code. So you can see, if I go to the split option, you can see that so far this is our design. The reason Android Studio is showing so much errors is because we also need to put other elements in our string files. So let me also copy the resources from the string file. So I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to paste it, and you can see that gradually these errors will be removed. Still we have some errors that are related to submit order. And these are the functions that we need to create, but these errors, you can see, these are related with the dimension of our uh, app. So I'm going to create a new value resource file, and the name will be dimension file, and click OK. And now we can copy our dimension resources. So dimension is normally related with the length and width of different elements, or the padding. So here you can see that we have activity vertical margin of 16 dp, as well as the activity horizontal margin of 16 dp. So I can go back to my project, and I can paste these dimension over here, and then you can see that these error also have been removed. Then of course we need some colors, so I'm going to copy whatever color we have used in our color files. So I'm going to copy these colors. So copy, we have discussed these all these files, so that is why I'm not going to repeat. We are just going to concentrate on what is the main objective of our app. So you can see that a lot of errors have been removed, but still we have some errors related to the style. So I'm going to create a new value resource file, and this time let us call it style, and click OK. So this is our style app. This is our style XML file. By default, you get a built-in style, but we do not need this built-in style, whereas we need our own header text style. So I also discussed this style in our application in the offline classes. So I think I can copy these two styles and paste it on our inside our resource file. So you can see that this is the base application theme.appcompact.light dark action bar, and then we have this customizable style called header text style. So we define the layout weight, the height, the gravity, text all caps, text size, text color, padding. So now you can see that gradually the errors related to this style have also been removed. Still we have errors like we do not have a decrement method in our main Java file. So let me open this main activity file and let us paste our main activity code which we discussed in the class. So yes, this is what we were doing. I think I should also copy the classes and the bundles, the imports that we used in our app. So I'm going to copy it and we are going to paste it here. Okay. So let me import this header file as well, app compact activity, and now you can see that all the errors have been removed. The errors related with the on-click behavior of different elements have also been removed. So you can see that on-click submit order is removed, and this is your design of a coffee ordering app. So what is the purpose of this app? So you enter your name, address, you select some options like whipped cream, whether you want whipped cream with the coffee or chocolate, and then you increment or decrement the quantity, and then you get the summary over here. So this is the default summary, but it will be removed with our own text, and this is the order. So I can say that if you do not like this this summary part, like rs rupees 20, so what we can do, we can go to the string file and we can say here this is just a summary. So it will be replaced, the rs rupees 20 will be replaced by the summary. So you can see over here. So now our app is looking good. I think I should run this app in order to see whether it is working or not. So let me click the run button. So the Android Studio is starting AVD. It is possible that this AVD might not start because there are a lot of options, and then I'll configure it. I may create a new emulator, but so far Gradle is doing its job. Gradle is compiling, collecting, compressing all those files, and then converting it into the .apk file, which is the Android package kit, and then it will download it on your emulator, it will install it, it will run it, and then you can see your app on this emulator. So far we can wait for the Gradle build. Remember, Gradle is dependency manager, configuration management, and a build tool. Build tool means it will build your app, it will build it and it will run it on the emulator or on your mobile phone screen. So this is third party tool. It's very useful tool because there are lots of files generated by Android Studio. So you must organize them properly, you must place them, synchronize them, collect them, compress them, and convert them into the APK file in order to run on the emulator. So I'm going to allow access to the JetBrains. Still the Gradle is running, but we can wait for it because initially when you run your app on the emulator, it will take time. because initially the emulator takes time in setting up and in turning on. But now you can see that Gradle is building. We can click on this Gradle and we can see more details. So far there is only one process running, and that is Gradle build is running. Okay, so once again I can turn on the emulator. You can create new emulator by clicking on this AVD manager option. You can install or download the missing packages or the APIs level or whatever by clicking on this SDK manager option. And it says that there we have it, we have some error. And what is that error? It says timeout, and you can go to the logcat in order to see this error. I'll just select the error option. So just as I told you that there may be some type of error. So internally, these are lots of messages, and let us see. There was one message related to the error code. Okay, so it says main memory graph, so we can just leave it, and I'm going to run it once again on the emulator. So still if it doesn't run, so we have to configure our emulator, and there are lots of other options that we can use. You can even use your own smartphone, or you can create another emulator. Okay, let us wait for the Gradle build. So we still have time. I think I can close this emulator because so far the app is not running, or there is there might be some problem in the emulator. What we can do, we can right click on it and we can wipe all of the previous data from the emulator, and then we can close this window. I don't know why the Gradle is still running. You can see here that the Android Studio is taking about 7.4 gigabytes of memory and 42% of the CPU. It may increase or decrease, and there is something that bothers us, and that it is receiving some files from the internet. Don't know why. Like it might be that there are some missing libraries that it is searching and it is downloading from the internet. But so far we have terminated our Gradle, our emulator, and this Gradle should stop in a moment. At the same time, I'm going to once again go to this task manager window. It's a very helpful window. You should use it whenever you are wondering what's happening on the background. So this can tells you the different processes that are running. You can see that now Android Studio is taking a lot of resources like memory. So you should have a good RAM. I can go to this performance tab and we can see that. Okay, let us wait for the Gradle build to complete. So at the same time, I'm going to discuss this activity main file. Activity main file is actually the main layout file. This file will define the main layout, or how the different views or elements are placed, positioned on the screen. So if I open this main layout, you can see that we have the parent view of scroll view, because we need scrolling. We need to scroll up and down in our app. So you can see that scroll view is here, but inside of our app you will also see this scroll view. So this is the parent layout, and then we have a linear layout as a child layout, but you can nest inside this linear layout other layouts like edit text, and we have another edit text for the address. We have the text view for the toppings, and then we have two checkboxes for the white cream and for the chocolate option, and then we have the text view and another linear layout. So this linear layout is now a nested linear layout. So you can, if you hover the mouse cursor over here, so it will show you the different help or the properties of this linear layout. And then you can see that we have a text view for uh, the quantity, and then we have another text view, and then we have this order button. So these are all placed vertically, whereas these two elements are placed horizontally, because here the nested linear layout orientation is no, okay. Okay, so if I go to this linear layout, yes, there it is. So its orientation is horizontal. So that is why these two buttons are placed horizontally. So once again, we have the same type of error. It says that we have a timeout problem. So I can once again run it. So now the Android Studio is starting the AVD, our Android virtual device, and it will try to uh, run our app on this emulator. Okay, let us wait for the emulator to turn on and to start. Your app have different life cycle, like on create life cycle, on pause, on start, on stop, on terminate. So, and these life cycle have the corresponding callbacks. So callbacks are the function. So when something happens, these callbacks functions are executed. So we are going to discuss about these callbacks later on in this course. But let us wait for the emulator to turn on. Emulator is just like your uh, mobile phone. It has all those functionalities that you have on your mobile phone. You can use it to test your app functionality and design and other elements. So it gives you a real experience of how your app will look on the mobile phone. Okay, so now that our emulator is turned on, I can once again run my app. Okay, so we have now in the internet, we can run it again. Remember to have a good internet connection in order to run your application on the emulator, because lots of time there are some missing libraries that needed to be part of your app. Okay, so I think I should create a new emulator, because so far this emulator is not like working, though the Gradle is running. But I can go to this AVD manager, and you can like click on the create virtual device option, and there you have different types of option like Pixel XLS um, 5.5. These are the attributes. So I can click next, a system image must be selected. So if I have some built-in images, so I can use them rather than like downloading them from the internet. So far you can see that there is no downloaded image. So it will take a lot of time when you download these images. So it is better that you have already downloaded it and properly configured it inside your emulator. So I have one image. I don't know why the Android Studio is not showing us, because you can see over here that we have this image, and it is Pixel 3 API level 29. Okay, no, we are not going to worry. Um, okay, so we are running out of time, so I'll stop here. We are going to discuss more about this app, coffee ordering app, because we are going to add intents to our app, like what happens if the user clicks on click on the submit order button. So we have this submit order option over here. Yes, so we have calculated the price, and then okay, so then we need a summary to display, and then after that we also need to have intent, so that the order must be emailed to a particular person or whatever. So I'm going to look onto this error. I'll see you in the next class. Take care.